bitch, and welcome to another episode of the Crazy House. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's not going to be a whole lot of people watching because of the events going on live right now at the gathering of the Juggalos. We got Spanish side being covered by Carnival Spirits, but I just got home from work. I'm bored. Might as well see what we got going on in the Juggalo community. And just basically wanted to see if anybody had any time for Q&A, because there's been a lot of events going on, and I'd actually like to share my thoughts on what's going on with the gathering of the Juggalos. So, you know, if any of y'all got questions concerning the gathering of the Juggalos, I have absolutely no problems with anybody asking questions, and might as well go ahead and go into the credential. Super chat is available. It's not recommended, but it is appreciated. Viva the 70s is already up in this motherfucking bitch. What up, boy? You make it sound like that 4-second track on that Vanilla Ice to the Extreme. Yo, Vanilla. Kick it one time, boy. Mind you, I'm going to say this. I'm actually fucking exhausted right now, so this is going to be an interesting fucking situation going on. Dustin Orndorff, woot woot, and Viva the 70s representing the 313. Well, I can't say I'm from Motown. I don't even live in the 810 now. What up, Highlander? How. Might as well just fucking do that. I don't care. So, what's everybody's thoughts concerning everything that's been going on with the gathering? You know, all of this stuff going on and okay. I ended up actually talking to Chuck earlier today, and I ended up telling him, you know, with a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing. No Mushu, I haven't seen that. I'll probably end up checking it later. So how do you compare this year to previous years? Every previous year so far, from what I have been hearing and seeing, has surpassed this one. I mean, it's fucked up because, like, this is supposed to be like the gathering of all gatherings, with it being the gathering in 2017. Oh, that was you. Oh, okay. I that's actually, yeah, that's funny as hell. Oh yeah, when I commented on Facebook when Fago Lovers was doing the live broadcast of Froggy Fresh, I was like, this is Danny Kaye reincarnated. Even though Danny Kaye's not fucking dead. But that's what I have to say. And then Mushu, which honestly, Mushu, I did not even know that was your real name. No, Mushu's not your real name. But when you posted, I did not realize that it was Mushu. So I was just like, yeah, you ended up saying, dude, you're alive. I said, dude, I did a live stream a couple of days ago. How were the police? From what I've been seeing, the police have actually really been dicks. But I did watch CPN's live stream, the one where he was sitting by the tree and light showed up. And which that too was rather fucking fresh. That was fresh as shit. But nevertheless, like he ended up saying, it really has nothing to do with the owner of the fucking place. It's the city that, like the city council, really, that actually has a big fucking problem with the gathering of the Juggalos. The residents have no problems with it. With that live stream that CPN did in the hotel with McEnhoes, they discussed that they really haven't had any problems with the residents. Even the news had shown that. There really isn't any problems with the fucking businesses or anything like that. I mean, shit, you know, when you have like 3,000 people coming into a convention, you know, there's going to be a lot of businesses. I'm sure that there's, you know, for any Juggalo that's out there that went to the gathering at Cave and Rock, you know, like when you leave the fucking place, you know, you have to go through and, yeah, you know, yeah, Dustin, like there's been some people who have come up with that speculation. I just think that with what they, you know, they had to give something for the gathering, and OKC, you know, this fucking fire ant dirt hill in Oklahoma City was the only one that was going to be open to availability. You know, they promised us Colorado, and they weren't able to get Colorado because nobody in Colorado wanted us. So searching and scouring throughout the rest of the United States, I'm sure Nelson Ledges doesn't want us back. I don't know what happened with fucking Hog Rock, Legend Valley, and all that other shit. Like, they wanted to keep it on the, you know, they wanted to keep it on the West Coast. So Oklahoma City ended up being the only spot on the West Coast that would be willing to do it. Unfortunately, though, we got to deal with a whole bunch of fucking cops. And you also got to deal with the fucking city council and all of that shit. And the main city council guy, according to what CPN said, does not want us at the fucking, you know, at that fucking park. It's all sorts of bullshit if you ask me. But, you know, I ended up talking to Chuck, and, you know, like, I told him, you know, with his live stream, I could definitely see that he has some form of concern when it concerns the Juggalos and what's going on at the gathering with all of the cops and shit like that. Like, you could see it in his eyes. He actually has major concern about what's going on over there. Like, he don't want to see people fucking rioting. No, none of us do. None of us really want to see any fucking Juggalos rioting, but, you know, at the same time, you know, we want to light off fireworks. We want to see some titties. We want to show buttholes and shit like that, and we can't fucking do it. And that fucking sucks because, you know, it's public, you know, like the whole place is public domain. On the contrary, though, Dustin, you know, the way I look at it as of right now, with as much of the cops fucking with the Juggalos over there and everything, and the cop, like, seriously, like, us as a group, none of us are doing anything. Like, there's no Juggalos over there that are doing anything. We're just doing what we normally do at our festival. You know, lighting off fireworks, showing off titties, doing drugs, drinking, showing buttholes, yelling butt scratcher. You know, like, we're doing all of the same shit, and none of us are fighting. At the concert we're not. McEnhoes actually showed me a video of some dudes ended up fighting at the hotel, like the hotel that he and Goat Boy and Mags and fucking CPN are staying at. There were a couple of people that were actually fighting over there, and you know, like, I don't know, it either some dude hit a girl or some dude fucked some other dude's girl. One of those two things happened, according to what I heard. And I was just trying to listen to what the people were saying. Because in the video that McEnhoes showed me, you know, like, these people fucking sucker punched this motherfucker, and he called it out, and the dude's just like, this girl. He's like, I don't care, don't fucking, you know, sucker punch the motherfucker, you know. Forgive me, I didn't hear about that. I did hear that a guy did get arrested the first night for smoking weed. Like, that's the worst that I've heard. But other than that, I didn't hear about that shit. Let's see, I agree 100%. I just know OKC is almost a Bible Belt type of city, and I've only been there once. That's what concerns me. They are going to fuck with... Right. Yeah, I've only been to Oklahoma once, and that was because my uncle was stationed at Fort Hill, and we went to go visit him, and he lived in Lawton, and so yeah, that place is fucking annoying. Like, honestly, I'm very glad that fate had decided that I was gonna be broke as shit at this point. Lows and lets and shit gonna get crazy as they leave. Probably. I don't think it's going to be like full scale riot type shit. Like does everybody like remember the Peoria Nipplegate? Like, does everybody remember that at the Peoria Civic Center, where the dude had his girlfriend hiked up on his shoulders, and she was exposing titties, and the fucking security guards pulled her down, and like some other dude attacked the security guy, and then the cops got involved, and tear gas got thrown at them, and everybody ended up having to be shuffled from all three halls, except for the seminar for some reason, into the fucking Civic Center. Like, if it wasn't for if it wasn't for like that action, there probably would have been a full-scale riot. And the natives at the Peoria Civic Center were restless as fuck. People were pissed. But before the concert even began, Violent J came out, and he ended up calming the whole crowd down. Like, he basically explained the situation and what happened. And then he proceeded with saying, so, if you see a titty, you better fucking, like, hike that motherfucker up real quick and put it back down. So that way the security don't see the titties. And that actually got the crowd over. At the end of that night, that was night 2 at Peoria. And at that time, like, my girlfriend at the time, and me, and the crew that we were chilling with, all of us were fucking talking amongst ourselves, and we were basically worried. We ended up hearing a rumor that cops were up on the top of the Civic Center ready to shoot rubber bullets at us if we started going crazy. And none of us did. Like, everybody just left and went back to their hotels and shit like that. And I think that's probably going to be the same thing that's going to go on in this situation. I'm very sure that tomorrow at the seminar, Violent J is probably going to bring all of this shit up. And he's just going to be like, look, just enjoy the rest of the time that we have with each other. Go home. And chances are we're not even going to come back to Oklahoma City next year. And then on with the big hefty fucking news with the notes. The Toledo incident, I can't remember. Like, the only thing that I remember about the Toledo gathering was that Misery and Blaze got into a fucking argument that almost ended with a knife fight in the parking lot. Like, that's the only thing I remember. Then I think it was that before ICP even were able to get on the fucking stage, like, everybody just rushed to the stage or something like that. Those are like the only two things that I heard about the fucking Toledo gathering. But do I think chaos will happen at the march? No. I honestly don't think they started a chant "We fucked up." Oh, what, at Toledo or now at the gathering? But anyways, like, when it concerns the march, no, I don't think so. Violent J has put it instilled into everybody that is going to the march that this is supposed to be a political campaign, and this is supposed to be, this is supposed to be the seriousness. Doing the march. The after party, on the other hand, the free concert, that's when we can fucking go balls out and show our buttholes. But when it concerns the march, I don't think any real fucking ninja, no real juggalo is going to try to start a riot or try to start shit with the cops or anything like that. Like, this is going to be the more important piece of everything that's going on. And unfortunately, I think everything that's going on right now, I think it's just circumstance. It's just coincidence, if you will. That the cops in the Bible Belt of Oklahoma City are fucking with us because they fear what they don't understand, just like it said in the newsreel. Like like that crew chick ended up saying in the news clip that some people posted on Facebook. These people just don't understand what we are and who we are. So you wonder why they haven't relaunched the site for the march. I would probably say, like, Psychopathic ended up just completely overbooking themselves. Because they had the idea for the march, and then they put all of that shit up on there where it was like, okay, these are all the people that we asked, and here's whether or not they accepted or declined the invite to the for the free concert and shit like that. But and then that's when they fucked up, and then they got rid of all of the people that they didn't ask and all of the people that declined, and then they just left the list of everybody who accepted their invite. After that, they ended up having to do the stuff for the DCG Con, and then turn right around and have to invest all of this time and effort into the gathering, and after that, now they have no other focus except for the fucking march. Shaggy's album's been released, Light's album's been released, Jay's probably not going to work on Karma Forest until after the march, and even after the march, then you've also got Hollow Wicked and their tour that they do like every year or every other year. That leads into Hollow Wicked, and then after that the big ball of shit, and but like all of this other stuff from the beginning of the year all the way up to the march, and they have a full plate of shit that they have to fucking deal with before they can even update a website. There might have been more people that have accepted, they just haven't been able to update the site as of yet. Besides, come on, like, let's be real here. The only real reason why anybody's going on that site anyways is to is to stare at that one picture of Roxy Red to jerk off. If Light doesn't have a big year and ICP's next release doesn't do well as the Joker cards did, do you see them downscaling the Gathering next year? Well, like this year they downscaled it because they've been putting a lot of money into this whole fight against the FBI. They're hemorrhaging money to basically try to help clear our names. That's one thing that a lot of people really don't fucking talk about, really. Everybody tries to say that it's just this huge publicity stunt to try to get their name to be bigger and stuff like that, and I don't believe that. Why would you invest so much money into this when you know for a fact that the Gathering you're going to lose money, the DCG Con, I can guarantee you they lost money, and this March they lost a shit ton of money that's worth more than the Gathering loss and the DCG Con loss combined. They don't have a whole lot of shit going on. And then on top of that, they also got a bunch of other stuff that they got to fucking do, like that documentary that they were planning on doing for John Kick Chass. And a lot of people ended up bitching, saying, "Oh yeah, well, that Carnival of Carnage concert was like $250." I'm rambling. I'm just tired of shit right now. What up, JD? Got done with work around like 3 o'clock. Got home about 20 minutes ago, and decided to start up a fucking live stream. Just wanted to talk about the events of the march and usual Q&A for my live stream. But as you know, but like obviously you can see that they downscaled it this year, and it also hurts that they don't have anybody from M&E, and they don't have Tech Nine. I mean, they got Brother Lynch hung, so at least we have at least one or two groups from Strange representing Strange. But next year's gathering, I don't know if it will be a downscale or anything like that. But I do think, maybe bygones will be bygones between the Juggalos that threaten Tech and Tech 9 himself. I bet you Tech will probably be there next year. And yeah, like I found that interesting too. But Hobson. See, are you gonna have a live stream after the seminar tomorrow or later today? I don't know. It really depends. Because like the only reason why I'm doing this live stream right now is because my girlfriend's not at home, and so I have the free reign to be able to do that because I'm by myself. I'm probably not going to do a live stream tomorrow. I might. I don't know. I'll try to figure something out. Like as of right now, when it concerns my YouTube and everything that's going on with it, it's always right now. It's dependent on where things are going with my job, because right now, financially in dire straits, trying to work my way around it. Right now I'm working 3 jobs in order to try to get my bills caught up, and my girlfriend's helping from time to time. But when it concerns the live stream tomorrow, chances are it's a big fucking no. I'm trying to keep my main focus throughout the day with everything that's going on with work. But yeah, no Hobson. I guess they didn't have Hobson this year. Like, hey, what up, nobody? When it concerns Hobson, chances are he ended up getting booked through the gathering for a concert, or he might be working on a new album or something like that. That doesn't mean that Hobson doesn't have any appreciation for the Juggalos. He's said it before that he does. Hobson has nothing but love for the fucking Juggalos. We helped put him in the position that he's in now. I'm not saying that we were the first or anything like that, like Violent J would say about the Juggalos to Tech 9. Yeah, Hobson is. But you know what? I like him. I actually like, with what I have heard about Hobson, I like him. Especially No Words. That song is fucking hilarious, because that explains rap nowadays to a fucking T. But yeah, downscaling next year's gathering. I mean, it's not like they're gonna fucking get Power Man 5000 to come back. I mean, it's cool though that this year they ended up getting like POD, Green Jello, Upon a Burning Body, September Morning. Quite a few. They still got some big fucking names, even Psycho Stick. But now that this, I thought was interesting though, that now that M&E is not being a part of the gathering, now they usher in Spanish Side. Like, I thought that was kind of funny. Hobson says he looks up to Eminem. I don't blame him. To be totally honest, nerd, I do not see a problem with that at all. I mean, right now Eminem is basically Eminem is the most popular modern hip hop artist as of right now, so I don't see where the problem would be with that. Any comment on Jay and Madchild supposedly being dope sick? I remember the days of Jay not willing to touch anything but weed. Hobson's new album is supposed to drop any day now. See, yeah, like that might be one of the situations when it concerns Hobson, is a new album or a tour, like I said before, or he might have had some sort of show date that pre-decided this shit. No, you want to know something that's really fucking hilarious with Green Jello being there? My boy Chaos Anubis is also there. What up, THC Hawk? Now, listen to this, okay? My boy Chaos Anubis has this booker that goes by the name King Crimson. A few years back, King Crimson ended up booking a metal show which was headlined by Green Jello. And he promised Green Jello like X amount of money. But when the show ended, dude was nowhere to be found. So Green Jello ended up having to search and find him. So then they ended up calling him at some point, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm at this address, come meet me up there, I'll be able to get you your money. And they go there, and he's not there. So they call him again, he's like, oh, I'm over here now. So they go over there, and he's gone. And shit like that. So, like, they basically had to do this type of shit for like 2 or 3 days, driving around trying to look for King Crimson to fucking get paid for this shit that they did. And finally they decided to cut their losses. They had no money. They were almost out of gas for their van. So they ended up having to sell like half of their instruments just so that way they could get enough gas money to go to the next show. And that was because of King Crimson. Now, where Chaos Anubis goes, King Crimson is with him. And so, King Crimson's at the gathering. Green Jello's at the fucking gathering too. Honestly, I hope that fucking Green Jello gets their fucking money back tonight. I know, that is totally fucked. Now, when it concerns Green Jello and their relevancy and shit like that, like, dude, Green Jello learned how to do, like, the paper mache heads and shit like that from Guar. Like, they ended up touring together, like, a long time ago. Like, I think around the Serial Killer soundtrack when that came out in '93. And so, like, they weren't able to get the crowd going, so Odorous, David Brockie, actually taught the band how to do the paper mache shit because all of their suits and shit are made out of paper mache. And so, that's when they started doing, like, the paper mache heads and shit like that, and the crowd fucking loved it. My favorite fucking grunge band is Alice in Chains. And, what the fuck is up, NZ? Dude, NZ, we gotta get you to the States. Cause, like, fuck playing, like, live stream first-person shooters. I want to live stream you, me, and fucking, like, 2 other homies playing Into the Echo Side. CPN, Shanzi, Mackinhose, and What Up Ninja been keeping Lowe's posted on all the good shit at the gathering. Shoutouts to all them Lowe's. Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking CPN, Mackinhose, and Shanzi have been putting it down. And yeah, dude, Guar is the fucking shit. Although I seriously regret never having been able to see Guar when Odorous was on the forefront. But I wouldn't mind seeing how things are going now that it's being fronted by Blothar. Which, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Blothar used to be Beefcake the Mighty. Beefcake the Mighty is somebody else now, and now the old Beefcake the Mighty is now Blothar. As a matter of fact, I think Beefcake the Mighty was actually supposed to be the original lead singer, and Odorous was actually a guitar player. But they switched roles because Odorous sucks at guitar. And he admitted that. Yeah, Soundgarden's good. But, like, dude, seriously, like, nothing says do heroin in a dirty alley like Alice in Chains. You get that feel listening to Alice in Chains. My daughter and fiance just went to the Apamas. and they switched venues so Guar didn't play. Oh yeah. You need to get my shirt? Hell yeah, dude. Fucking do it. I haven't had I don't have the like the shirt obviously even if you look in the description in this on this live channel on this live stream, you're not going to see it on there, but if you go to one of my oh, come on, NZ. Just give me a sec. If you go to like one of my older videos or something like that, some of the ones that I've edited, I do have a link to my my Mordecai Dragon shirt. That the link to buy that is over there. And let's see, my favorite. You wrote favorite with a U. My favorite music group ever, Rush. Fucking love Rush. Can't get enough of Rush. I'm not necessarily as bad as the fucking dude in the hippie van on Fanboys, but I do like me some fucking Rush. Like, Rush is number 1, number 2 is Megadeth, and number 3 is Insane Clown Posse. Isn't that fucked up? Like, it goes from prog to speed metal to fucking fat rapping clowns. I mean, hey, be happy. At least it's not Fetty Wap. Blothar brought his girlfriend. She's hot, but pop as fuck. You know, wouldn't you think the same thing about Sugar Slam, though? See, dude, like... When I grew up, Crazy House Megadeth updates. Dave Mustaine's no longer on heroin. Like that's the most update thing that I can fucking give you. Lil Yachty and Kodak Black are worse. Yes, they are. The Beatles are mine over another music. I mean, I can honestly that's you know what? Now that I think about it, that's actually pretty cute, NZ. You like boy bands. That's cute. You're cute. You listen to boy bands. Like, let's not front, okay? The Beatles were like the first boy band, and then after that, you've got the Rolling Stones. Which is funny to me because my girlfriend's dad loves the Stones. The only song that I like from the Rolling Stones is Paint It Black. Other than that, I can't stand Mick Jagger. I don't know why, I just can't stand the Rolling Stones. Just don't let my girlfriend's dad know. I will be dead if he finds out about that. Like, seriously, I can't get no satisfaction. I hate Jumpin' Jack Flash. Paint It Black, that's the only fucking song from the Stones that I actually like. Run DMC all the way. Ozzy was the shit until he became Weekend at Bernie's on stage. Yeah, dude, like, seriously, he looks like Tupac's fucking Negative. Sympathy for the Devil is pretty good too. Yeah, see, yeah. Now, here's the thing that I wanted to fucking make mention of to you, James Coffin. When it concerns Rush, like, listen to 2112. Like, the message behind that fucking song is so goddamn epic. Like, the whole story behind it is just fucking phenomenal to me. And then you've also got, let's see, Spirit of the Radio, where, that fucking song basically is talking about freedom of expression through music. And that's why I like it. If you think about that, it actually goes intertwined with the whole fucking Juggalo thing. There you go. Geddy Lee's a fucking juggalo because of Spirit of the Radio. You know, I actually like Rush when they're a little bit more proggy rather than trying to do the whole classic rock shit. And that, you know, but that's the main, like, it was the story of 2112 and moving pictures as a whole that made it so I just completely fell in love with Rush. Did you ever get to the band Triumph? They got a Rush sound. Not really. I never really got much into Triumph. You know what's interesting about Rush's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is that, hello Pyrax18. So when it concerns Rush being into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Neil Peart actually also announced that he was going to be retiring. So basically that means that if Eric Leifson and Geddy Lee want to continue playing for Rush, they have to hire like 6 new drummers. Dream Theater is the definition of prog metal. Yeah, that's prog metal. Rush is just prog rock. And Dream Theater is the fucking shit. Oh yeah, no, like, yeah, no disrespect taken, man. Like, you know, that's the beauty of humanity, really, is that we all have specific likes and dislikes. We all have different tastes, and, you know, I'm just explaining to you how it felt with me. Like, it clicked with me like that. The minute I heard that first opening, wow, and that type of shit, like, with the opening for 2112, fell in love with it. I was like, cosmic. Like, seriously, like, listening to 2112 is almost like listening to a fucking comic book on CD. It was like, that was the shit to me. Yes, back west, I actually do. There was one time about a month ago that I ended up picking up this kid like, yeah. Yeah. You would consider Genesis to be prog? Huh. I never looked at it like that. I mean, seriously, Genesis, what was that? Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins at some point. Like, I never pictured Genesis as prog. But anyways, yeah, so back. This is what happened. About a month or so ago, I ended up having to pick up somebody at the Gerald R. Ford Museum. And the picture that popped up, which usually when you're picking up somebody with Lyft, their main picture ends up being whatever's on their Facebook profile picture. And their Facebook profile picture ended up being twisted when they were painted, like with the way that they were painted up for Man, Smith and Mutant. So I switched it from whatever the fuck I was listening to, and I hooked up my tablet to the aux cord, and I started playing Abominations just as he was coming into the car. Because I was just like, fuck it. I know that, you know, like, this dude's family, so I know that he's not going to have a bitch fit about what I'm listening to. And as a matter of fact, while he was in the car, I didn't even bother to ask. I just whipped out a cigarette and started smoking it. What's he going to do? Fucking give me a give me a bad rating or something like that? Because that wouldn't be family-like, now would it? Chainsaw-wielding maniac, are you ready for a new Joker's card yet? And do you think they'll at least release a face for the 4th soon? If they release the 4th Joker's card, chances are they're probably going to release it at Hallowicked like they have been. As for a new Joker's card, honestly, you know, I'm not like just itching to get a new one. I mean, personally, I thought that, I honestly think that, the current Joker card that we're at right now, the Marvelous Missing Link. I like it. I like the theme behind it. I like the story behind it. And both Lost and Found, I'm a fan of both versions. Let's see. Did I grow up on old school games like PS1, Sega, Atari, Nintendo? Yeah. If you didn't watch my last live stream, I actually whipped out a ColecoVision. That was the first system that I ever had, but this is the second Coleco that I've owned. I grew up on Coleco, Atari, regular Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. You got to remember, I'm 34 years old. I was born in 1982, and so like I grew up on that shit. And when it concerns like regular Nintendo and shit, no, fuck Bayou Billy. Fuck Bayou Billy, and fuck Cobra Triangle while you're at it. Yeah, I've always been a big fan. I lost a fucking viewer as I said, fuck Cobra Triangle. And Bayou Billy. Dude, I tried playing Bayou Billy. I wish that zapper was a real gun by the time I was done with that game. No, but one of my favorite games actually, and I know that not a lot of people really enjoyed the game, but for some reason I did. And one of my favorite games on the regular Nintendo actually was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Spyro for the PS1, Twisted Metal, old school Mario Brothers, yeah. Dude, I fucking rocked like all the regular Nintendo Mario games. But I'm a big fan of a lot of the older franchises. Mario, I really liked Zelda up to the point where, like, I'm talking like Super Nintendo and prior to that. Like, I liked Zelda, Zelda 2, and Zelda Link to the Past. I liked those games. I really could not get into Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, and then after a while, I was just like, fuck it. These 3D Zelda games just don't fit me right. If books are your thing, Beck, sure. Like, I'm not really huge into books, so I'm not really much of a reader. Like, if you want me to read something, it's got to be a fucking comic book or Wikipedia. You know, like, I don't really invest much into reading books. Like, I think that the last big book that I actually read was the Twilight series. Yeah, I actually read that. But I wouldn't say no if you're a book reader. You know, go ahead and go to the fucking library. I'm sure that you might find something that you like there. I mean, it's a fucking library, for Christ's sakes. Just as long as you respect the Dewey Decimal System. But anyways, when it concerns more about the video games, because that's actually a topic of interest. Love the Mario games. And dude, let me tell you something. When you have to say that you're not trying to ride my nutsack, you're trying to ride my nutsack. But still, what about movies? What do you think of the new Cult of Chucky and the It trailers? Dude, I am looking forward to both of them. I'm actually I'm more interested in the Cult of Chucky movie rather than It. But I think that's because like it's just a reboot, and I'm not a big fan of fucking reboots. Read the works of Edward Lee. Dude, that's fucking pig Latin to me, dude. Like, you would probably have the same reaction coming out of me if you said, read books from J.D. Robb. The only reason why I know that name is because my ex-wife was into the in-depth system, like books and shit. Hype for Avengers 3 next year. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the next Avengers movie. I'm also seeing that they are doing a hookup for Ant-Man 2. Black Panther is another one that I'm, as racist as it is, I'm actually looking forward to seeing that fucking movie. Funny how I said that and then this asshole ends up saying that shit. That was just good timing. But anyways, so like, I also grew up like a big fan of the Mega Man games. I love the Mega Man series. Every single Mega Man game I have played has like no flaws in my eyes. Let's see, in comics he did work for Verotic, Danzig's company in Verotica. Well, I wouldn't say he's that much of a cocksucker. I mean, he was actually complimenting the shirt. I mean, the ending of that comment right here, like that just basically says, look, that is a nice shirt and I'm jealous that you have it. Because, I can only afford shirts that are coming in a bundle from Hanes. Hardcore horror lookup header movie. Blade Runner, to be totally honest, I'm just gonna let you know this. You're wasting your time. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. The only, the sad thing though is like it's fucking sad to see how hard they try, and it just goes nowhere. Yeah, I do. So what? What's up, C.E. Davids? You're from Michigan, huh? What part of Michigan? Okay, Blade Runner, get to the point. What's the point you're trying to make here? Oh, really? What part of Lansing are you from? 'Cause I got family that lives in Lansing. Yeah, exactly, Chainsaw. All you have to, like, seriously, all you have to do is you just have to shave off that outer layer, and it tastes just fine. See, look, we got a lot of Michiganders up in this bitch. They suck a lot of cock. That's it? That was the only point that you're trying to make? Okay, point appointed. just crust. Yep. Phone data. Oh, okay. So, you know, on Chuck's live stream, he ended up saying some shit about, like, the possibility that the Juggalos might fucking riot and shit like that. I don't think that's gonna fucking happen. East by the campus? So, like, wait, you... How far away are you from, fuck, what's that one place? Shit, it's right off of Michigan, just before Crippen. Theos, like, how far away are you from Theos? Let's see, like, Mama's home-cooked meatloaf. I'm from shit Illinois, though. Lived in Dearborn for 2 years with my cousin. Thanks! I really appreciate that. Like, I'm glad that you pointed those out. Yeah, these actually are not earrings. I just ended up shoving them in my ears because they're the same fucking gauge as the holes in my ears. Yeah, that's very true, James, but, you know, that's the only thing that you can give them is pity. Because this is all that they have with their lives and shit. Meanwhile, yeah, I actually don't live with my fucking mom in the basement and shit. Agreed, Mushu. Like, Blade Runner needs a hug. And I'm sure that's probably why he's on here, too, because he's watching me talk to everybody, thinking about my warm, hairy embrace. I can answer that for you, James, and it was his dad. Now, when it concerns Blade Runner and his comment right here, all right, I'll tell you flat out, man. Like, Kreyz McCormick is a human fucking pincushion. Like, I take 2 cocks in the ass, one in the mouth and one under each armpit, and I go like this. Yeah, I'm not guaranteeing that, Dustin. I'm not 100%. I would like to assume that Tech will be there because, you know, the only reason why Tech isn't here is because of the fucking, you know, is because of the whole thing with the Juggalos threatening him, and then on top of that, there was also the booking and shit. Exactly, chainsaw-wielding maniac. Exactly. But when it concerns Tech being there next year, I think that's what the case may be. As for Eminem, that would be the shit though if Eminem ended up being at the gathering. That would be a bigger surprise than M&E coming back next year. But as for M&E coming back, I'm not 100% about all of that. I doubt a lot that Twisted or anybody from M&E will ever come back. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Could be just that, it might be another couple of years at best that they would be absent. Because of the true story, it's because of that. It's because of that track that he did with Stevie Stone, Eat 2, and what he ended up saying, where basically he was telling Violent J that he wanted an apology out of all of that shit. You know, it had something to do with all of that Hot 97 shit that went down earlier this year. You know, that would I'm telling you, man, that would have been the fucking shit. I agree to that, Shannon. Like, it was a huge mistake, I think, of even considering going to the West Coast. Like, you know, I remember when Violent J ended up saying that when they started doing the whole campground shit, I believe it was the campsite that they found before they went to Nelson Ledges. And they ended up saying that they figured that the best place to be would be in the Midwest, like somewhere in Illinois, because that is basically the central focus point of the United States, and that would be a good place for everybody to fucking come in and basically be able to gather. The Midwest is the best place to be. Although I wouldn't be surprised if eventually it ended up going into like Nebraska or Kansas or something like that. Like, you know, those are some good Midwestern areas. But, you know, if you're going to be going to a campground, I think you need to see a lot of green, especially if you're going to be camping. But maybe that's just a Midwest frame of mind. You know, maybe that's just the way I think because of what I live in right now. Because, you know, I live in Michigan and there's a lot of greenery. Dude, seriously, true story. I think it would be fucking hilarious if, like, Eminem ended the night, right? And he does all of his stuff, all of his popular shit. You know, like, you know, he ends up doing the Real Slim Shady. He does My Name Is. Actually, you know what would be really fresh is if he opened up with My Name Is, and then fucking Twisted comes out and they do the fucking Slimanus parts. And then Violent J comes out and he does the fucking Dr. Dre parts just to play off as a fucking joke, right? And then he goes through all of his other songs, you know, like Without Me, The Real Slim Shady, like Superman, and, you know, ends up doing like Rap God, all this other stuff. And then to end the night, he ends up doing I'm Just Marshall Mathers and then books the fuck out. Like, that would be the fucking shit. Yeah, I agree, Mushu. Like, save us, Hog Daddy. Like, seriously, Hog Daddy needs to fucking get a hold of Violent J and Shaggy and be like, you need to come back here. Because Hog Rock was home. Like, seriously, Hog Rock felt like home. I had been to 3 gatherings. Only 3. Peoria Civic Center, the last one that they had at Nelson Ledges, and the last one that they did at Hog Rock. Now, I know that a lot of people seem to have some sort of love for the fucking, Legend Valley, Hidden Valley Ranch, whatever the fuck it was called. Legend Valley, right? I know that some people got a lot of love for Hidden Valley, whatever the fuck. I didn't go to that. I didn't go to those ones. But, like, I went to the last one at Hog Rock. Now, other than that fucking hill, that place was the shit. And y'all who went to fucking Hog Rock know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You live literally 20 minutes outside of Peoria. What the fucking... What are you on? Are you stuck? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Fuck that hill. Like, seriously, it got to a point where somebody actually ended up writing that on the fucking hill. Fuck that hill. Although I got an interesting story when it concerns fuck that hill. After the Violent J seminar, there was this dude who ended up fucking handing Jay a blunt. And I was with one of CPN's ex-girlfriends, Aggravated Amanda. She went fucking nuts because she wanted to fucking hit that joint because Violent J hit it. And then she convinced me to fucking hit that motherfucker. I took one hit and that was some strong ass shit. And then we walk away and we're trying to go back to the campsite, and Guido, real Guido, ends up saying, so, like, are we going back to the campsite? I said, yeah. What, do you want to take the fucking hill, or do you want to go take the long way around where it's less steep? And I started weighing in the pros and cons. I was high. And I started weighing in the pros and cons of what would be better. By the time I made a decision, we had already walked up the fucking hill. What up, Maximum Overload? I haven't seen you in a while, Maximum. Let's see. You know what would be awesome if Eminem and Tech performed Speeddom at the Gathering? No, you know what I want to see? On the 4th fucking Joker's card, I want to see Eminem doing a fucking guest spot. Actually, you know what? Change that. It doesn't have to be on a Joker card. I just want to see it fucking happen. Like, that would be the shit. Like, a legitimate song with Eminem and Insane Clown Posse. Oh, yeah, I don't doubt that. Yeah, Maximum, I actually seen you chilling out in the fucking, like, Chuck Reeves' live shit. Every now and again, I've actually seen that. I just figured I'd give you shit about it. Just stopped in to show some love. Oh, hey, Doc. Yo, I still ain't an Eminem fan. Yeah, that's on you, James. Like, the Ravenous Red Fred. Is that what the 4th Joker's card is supposed to be? Then maybe all it should be is just, I don't know, a big red fucking beard, and have it be like the most angriest fucking album you've ever heard ever. Yeah, you are, motherfucker. Yeah, you are all over the fucking place. Like, that's what I like. You know, I will say this, like, at least, you know, like, you're not like really taking sides or anything like that. You know, you're just basically doing you, and that's respectable. I mean, I'll tell you this much, like, me personally, you know, like, I got love for Child's Play Ninja. Like, he's been my boy for 10 years. Now, as for Chuck, like, I kind of look at me and Chuck as kind of having, like, a love-hate kind of friendship. You know, like, it's a friendship along the lines of saying, you know, with friends like you, who needs enemies? Like, that kind of shit. Like, there are times where Chuck and I can talk cordial, but there's a lot of stuff that he and I will disagree with, and both of us are fucking bullheaded enough that we won't fucking, we won't even bother to agree to disagree. Yeah, Dustin, honestly, what up, DBT? You know, Dustin, I gotta tell you this, I ended up watching Chuck Reeves' fucking live stream a little bit earlier today. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he was seriously concerned about that shit. Like, he dropped kayfabe like a motherfucker, and he actually showed that, you know, that he actually does have concern over the fucking Juggalo community. Like, I don't know if he even fucking mentioned 17%ers in this fucking live stream. I didn't hear it once. But then again, I really didn't watch a whole lot. But, Like, that was the thing, though. Like, the whole 17%er thing, I did not hear that one iota. So, like, the way I look at it, like, the whole 17%er thing really is just, like, a kayfabe thing. And, like, that, right, you know, like, that just went fucking kaput when shit started fucking flying off the handle about cops and shit being at the gathering and, you know, mixing the cops fucking with the juggalos with the heat of the sun, you know, baking everybody in this fucking red ant desert hill. that's actually creative. I like that. That's creative. But I'll tell you this flat out. Like, in case nobody has figured it out yet, like, nothing about me when it concerns any of this shit really is professional. Like, I'm not a professional guy. He admitted that they were being singled out. Like, the Juggalos or, like, Insane Clown Posse, that's... Like, I'm sorry, Dustin, that is a little bit vague. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Dude, did you see did you see pictures of the fucking, like, did you guys see the pictures for, sorry, I'm fucking exhausted, but have you seen pictures of the fucking wet t-shirt contest? Like, like, all of the Lets practically had to wear pasties. Even Bikini Man was wearing fucking pasties over his nipples. That was, well, it was rather fucked up, but it was also funny to watch. To see that shit. A fat bearded guy wearing a bikini and pasties. Cole, you're right, but don't know what your point is. Did you hear about Juggalos being ripped out over the tiniest shit? Yeah, like, dude got arrested for smoking weed in the front row of the first night. Like, that was rather fucked up. And then, on top of that, I ended up hearing that rumor about the curfew and shit like that. Like, there was one ninja who ended up getting shit from the security for sitting in the shade alongside the trail to get into that motherfucker. Yeah, go ahead. Add me on the PlayStation. Yeah, I ended up hearing about that shit. That shit was fucked up. But I guess the whole curfew thing isn't correct. Jaywalking, yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, like, seriously, like, they got ticketed for jaywalking when they had to park across the street to go to the fucking show. Like, what the fuck do you expect? For them to go all the way to the next fucking stoplight or something? Fuck no, the path is right there. I'm pretty sure that any other redneck country bumpkin that parked over there at any prior engagement also ended up fucking jaywalking, and I bet you they had no problem with it whatsoever. Oh yeah, dude, like, nipples covered and everything that was fucked up. It's like being in Grand Rapids all over again. Yeah, I did see what you said. Well, you want me to check it now? Because I will, motherfucker. I'll do it. Right. Yeah, that's funny, Chainsaw. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, okay. Uh, what the fuck? Okay, for some reason this won't let me do it. Hmm. Yeah, for some reason Messenger won't let me open up the attachment. I mean, what is the point? It's like bikini bars without booze. Yeah, I agree to that. And am I marching? Yes. My girlfriend and I do plan on going to the march. Come hell or high water, it's fucking happening. Um, CrazyMcCormick@gmail.com. Let's see. It's more like a strip club, but they wear sweaters and coveralls. Yeah, that sounds a little bit more accurate. No, it's like going, like the titty bars in my city. Like they can't even show titties. Like they have to wear bikinis, and that's it. The shit fucking sucks. Got GTA San Andreas and Twisted Metal Black on PS4 earlier. Can you live stream that shit, or is it just like emulated? Yeah, it's just fucked up. Let me check my email again. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. See, I need to buy a new system. I busted mine in a drunken rage. Rage quitting the shit? Yeah, you can live stream, but it's the PS2 emulator on the PS4. You know what really sucks though is like I bought a couple of PS2 games. No, MCKORMIK. It's not a C, it's a K. It's spelled exactly the same way as it is here. You couldn't find a whole set of teeth in the titty bars in my town. Meth is a hell of a drug. That's funny. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably cut it off at the hour and a half mark. Just so everybody knows. As you can tell, I'm starting to get fucking tired. Like, I am seriously finally starting to wind down. You gotta get them quick like dealers, do you? Plenty of broken glass and needles stuck in the bar stool. Whew. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it is late for me, man. Like, I'm usually not up this late, normally. Gotta go to my shit job in 2 hours. Alright, man. Yeah, I'll see you around, brother. Alright, I'm gonna try something. Just based off of, I really want to listen to this fucking message. I want to see what this message is about. Meow. Do you believe Jay will swallow some pride this year and put some artists on that already have established fan base to bring Psy? It's a possibility. I don't know. Like, I don't think so. I think Jay really wants to stick with his convictions. Oh, hey. I don't know if you can hear this or not.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable. I'm wildin' out writing this, though my pen's barely legible. Maybe a little bit devilish, reveling at the precipice. I'll impress you and everyone. That's the side of your retinue. I'm incredible. It's regrettable. Even the federal G's couldn't stop my steeds. You should just drop to your knees. I'm coming up fast, you're hitting the mat. Throwing these verses like busting the gas. Spitting these words like I was a mag. You're trying to pass, smashing the gas. I'm going so fast, you're not gonna last. Simple of plane, I'm feeling no pain. Busting that ass, walking around dry inside the middle of rain. These aren't unfounded claims. I feel sometimes deranged. I check my motives and mission, and then a damn thing changed. I thought that something was missing, I wouldn't listen. I'm living denying all the beautiful gifts I was given and bitching about the weather. I needed my magic feather. I left it atop my dresser, and now we're finally together. Been steady pounding the leather, been doing this shit forever. Get ready for something clever. You better me, probably never. Instead, I'll probably be dead or forgotten before I ever reach pop level of pop records. I just do it for shock and rock, reckless and Glock sock, dick jockers until they drop rectum. Cause if they wanna flex, then I correct them. Rearrange the game, I'm shooting rays into the spectrum. The games remain the same inside this painful game inflection. Insane that I restrain my mind to take the same direction. This is not a tame profession, this lesson's without question. Bunch of lame brain, plain Jane, same lame freshmen. That's a little bit more than 16. Oh well.
It's funny. Like, that ending was actually pretty funny. Damn. That's actually not bad. I really like the flow of it and everything. That actually was pretty tight. Man. Hashtag not bad. Hey, that's just my way of saying it doesn't suck. So, like, dude, seriously, you caught me at a point where I'm, like, tired as fuck, but I wanted to interact with y'all, so, like, I'm forcing myself to stay awake at this point. Like, I barely have any fucking brain power at this point. All right, yeah, dude. Hashtag not too shabby. Samsung and hard lungs. See, yeah, like, yeah, see, boy, you know, Samsung is where it's at. So, as a matter of fact, actually, you know what? My fucking lease on this phone ended up expiring, so boom. My cell phone bill's about to get cheaper. Yeah, about like 25 bucks. Family love, y'all. Clowny daggers, y'all. Oh, man. I don't know how much of this I can fucking take. I might just say fuck it and cut it short right now. Yeah, that's exactly what I intend to do. Plus, surprisingly, this entire fucking show, I didn't even use my fidget spinner once. That's set an edge and it's cracked in every corner. Dude, I ended up actually milking out this fucking phone case from the phone company when I got the phone. It was funny as hell because they were like trying to give me a speaker for switching the shit out. And I was just like, I'm not interested in the I'm not interested in getting the fucking speaker box. But, if you hook me up with a wireless charger and a phone case, then we'll consider it a done deal because it's about the same price. And they were like, you're in. Welcome to Verizon. No, that wasn't Nobody Man. I think that was Mushu. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't Nobody Man. It was Mushu. Lows and Let's look for the seminar today. Hopefully, ICP has some info for us and is willing to answer our questions because we like what the fuck. Right. Don't expect me to turn into Gotenks. But alright, I think I'm going to cut this out. I got to get some sleep because I got to work up in the fucking morning. So, I guess until next time, I'm out this motherfucking bitch. This is Crazy McCormick. Shouts out to everybody up in the fucking chat, even the trolls. Y'all are fun. Sometimes you're a little bit boring, but it is what it is. Exactly. Clowny daggers, yo. But, yeah. I'm out this motherfucking bitch. Once I find the controller. Deuces, motherfuckers.